Welcome, Tarnished! After 7 days of fighting Consort Radahn, I found a build I enjoyed and achieved my first ever no-hit. I'm not a pro gamer, nor have I come close to the insane level of the best in the community. Instead, I'm a mid-30s unk, and I just made Radahn also look like one. I'm going to take you through my progression, sharing what I've learned so that you too can flex on Radahn. On day 1, I didn't know the fight very well, so I opted for high defenses, heavy armor, defensive talisman like Dragon Crest Great Shield and Golden Braid, Boiled Crab, and Uplifting Aromatic. I also used Opaline Hard Tier and Crimson Bubble Tier in my Physick. All of these gave me survivability, so I had the best chance to practice and learn attacks without dying as frequently. Your goal in the first day or two is to learn. You won't yet master the fight, but you want to grasp on what attacks the boss is capable of and how the phases work. Defenses let you survive longer and simply focus on existing in the fight, even if it means not attacking or attacking way less often. That brings me to day 2 and 3. Once you get a grasp of moves and windows to punish the boss, start experimenting with weapons. Through the first few days, I tried thrusting swords, great swords, daggers, the milady, and straight swords. I also experimented with multiple status effects and Ashes of War. You're going to get hit a lot and die while experimenting. Some Ashes of War will be too slow to pull off or just not that effective. The goal of this part of the process is to find a strategy through calculated trial and error. By day 3 or 4, I started taking less hits and built up a lot of confidence. This is where you see me slowly strip away armor and lean into a specific build. From here, your goal is to simply put in some sets and reps. It's important to stay focused without overthinking. In practice, this means just going with your built-up muscle memory. When you make a mistake or fail, quickly flick on the conscious lights in your head. It can help to say the mistake out loud, such as, I rolled early, or I rolled right when I should have rolled left. Once you can reliably kill him most attempts, often taking few hits, you're ready for the final optimizations. The build I used was blood-infused broadsword with square off. I'm wearing the white mask, but no other armor in order to get a small damage buff from Blue Dancer's charm. This kind of setup only really makes sense for a no-hit attempt, as the damage buff isn't large enough to justify being one shot. I've also got two-headed turtle talisman for fast stamina regen, which I recommend on any build against Radahn. Lastly, two-handed sword talisman and Shard of Alexander for some extra damage. For my Physick, I'm using Greenspill and Stonebarb for extra stamina and poise damage. I won't claim that this is the only or best way to fight him. It's important to find something that feels good for you. I liked this setup because I can reliably break his poise with well-timed uses of square off. The broadsword also maintains high physical damage even when blood infused. Once you strip away all the armor and defenses, it means the margin for error is nearly zero. Most hits will mean a reset. By playing this way, it forces you to not take risks and instead focus. By risks, I mean not greeding for hits or going off script. By this stage, you will have learned which attacks you can punish and how large the window of opportunity is. If there's an attack you know you can punish, but your roll or positioning was off, you simply just shouldn't greed for it on a setup like this. As a result, you're training yourself to make quick decisions and have sort of a cold confidence. You know that any mistake is an instant reset, and as such, you end up becoming very calculated in your movement and decisions. And that brings me to repeat my biggest point in this whole video. When you're learning a boss, attack less often until you learn. A lot of the times, the biggest hurdle is actually psychology. Whether it's panic over low health or greeding, the reality is to stay calm and stick to patterns. Learn, observe, and then execute based on your observations. There will be trial and error, and you will attack or try things that won't work. Make sure the things you try are conscious and calculated, and this way you can throw out the misses while holding on to the hits. That's all I have to say for now. Let's get into the fight. Radahn down. I hope this helps show how anyone can go from all hit to no hit, even on the hardest boss in FromSoft history. At the very least, may it serve as a framework for approaching challenges and bosses in Elden Ring and Souls-like games. That's all for now. Stay nimble, Tarnished.